Hi there, and welcome back to the channel. So I've been in here a couple of hours working on the getting all the tracks together so I can play it back for you, and just doing a cleanup. So any track I record, but especially vocals, I'm gonna, after I finish it, I'm going to connect the little cable here, go to this computer. I just have one that I leave up here. It's an older machine. You don't need much, to do what I do. Once I connect, I go to USB. You hit reader, you'll see the SD card icon show up on the computer. I open it up, go to the project that I'm working on. In this case, it's 20th Century Man. Open the audio, and then I just take the last, 2 or 3 tracks that I recorded, because in my case it was a main vocal, a low harmony, and then just a regular, a regular harmony. So I had 3 vocal tracks. So I took the main one, the first one that I recorded, I go in, just look for anything weird, like if something's sung really loud, I might bring it down a little bit. But mainly I'm going in to silence pops and clicks, like anything in the dead spaces, like headphone bleed, like you'll hear the drums or the guitars coming through. Weird little noises, like if you have a jacket on or just bump the mic or something. The recording play, like if you're doing, you're trying to patch lines in and you might be hitting record and play or the auto punch or whatever, and you hear a noise, that clicking noise. So I'll just go in and silence all that. Do a high pass filter and only roll off down to like 5 hertz. I don't go way down, just a little bit. I've learned that if you zap too much bass out, just sort of starts sounding, like it doesn't have enough bass. Just a little less oomph. So I don't take much off on the high pass. And I did that with all 3 tracks. Then I'll rename them. So like this ends up being called Vox, instead of Mono 012 or whatever, it's now called Vox Main. And I double it, meaning that once I have it on the computer and I drag it in, and it's inside the disc now, I'll then rename it on the computer Vox Main 2 and drag that in as well. So in track 1 and track 2, when I'm ready to place all these tracks into position, you go to track and you put Vox Main 1 on the left, on the number 1, Vox Main 2 on the right, in the second channel slot. So now I've got 2 vocals. They're not split or anything, they're just there. Because I found that sometimes if you have loud guitars, loud drums, the vocal might sound buried on the Zoom, or any instrument could sound sort of lost. So I do the same thing with bass. I double it just to give it a little more oomph. It's like 3 to 5 dB boost. But you'll find that helps. If you're having trouble, it just feels anemic, and you're pushing, instead of pushing and trying to get the gain up or going into Audacity or whatever you're using, to Reaper or Cubase or whatever, instead of trying to boost the gain there, you can just double it, and I think it sounds better. So I double the vocal. I've got a harmony vocal, low harmony vocal. I've got the guitars, because there were 2 of those, and they're split 50-50. The bass guitar split 50-50. You don't really hear bass when it pans much. Bass just kind of happens everywhere, but it seems to be better when I go left and right on the bass. And let's see, what else? Is there anything to keep in mind? Where needed, I do a little boost, pan and Q, go through the EQ, and where needed. On the guitar, I think I added 555, maybe a little bit more on the bass. On the bass drum, I think I went all the way to 10, just to feel that. So those are the kind of little things I did within the system, or within the machine, that you can do before you ever hit any kind of post-production stuff. Just get the tracks nice and clean, sounding good, cleaned up, bring it back in, title it, and then you can just set your row up. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I'm missing before I talk about mastering mode, because yeah, okay, so I've got the 2 vocals, the 2 bass guitars, the 2 guitars. I've actually got 4 vocals, but I only doubled the main vocal. So you got main vocal. Well, let me just go through. So if I hit, sorry, don't need this plugged in anymore. What's grabbing? That's grabbing. Okay, so if I hit track, Track 1, I've got Vox Main. Vox Main 2 is track 2. Track 3, Vox Harmony. Track 4, Vox Low Harmony. Track 5, guitar left. Track 6, guitar right. Track 7, guitar lead left. Track 8, guitar lead right. Track 9, bass guitar left. 10, bass guitar right, or bass guitar 2. And then the rest is drums. The last row is drums. So I guess the total tracks that I'm using here is I've got the 8 on the back, 6, so it would be 18 tracks total that I'm using because of the doubling. It would be like, probably without the doubling, it would be less. I can't even think of it off the top of my head. Okay, so the most important thing whenever you're playing back, or you want to play it for your friends, or you just want it to sound better than it sounds when you just record it, is to go to mastering mode. And I've made a video, to cut to here to just show you what to do. So you're going to go up to Effect to start it, and make sure you're in the algorithm mastering. And now, this is important. The patch number 00 plus alpha. That's my favorite one, just because it seems to have a pretty neutral presentation as far as like the crossovers and blah blah blah. Input screen. This is important. You want to make sure it says master. Okay. Now I'm going to hit edit, and when I go to edit, that 3-band compression thing, we've got crossover low 50, crossover high 50. All right. Here is where the action is. On the high, mid, and low, I do 5, 5, 5. This is just preliminary. You can always go back and tweak this, but this will just give you a little feel of what can happen in mastering mode. Go 5, 5, 5. Then on the mix high 5, mix mid and low, all those 5. I'm going to go over to the normalizer and turn that down to 0. I don't really need that extra gain. To just add grit. 3-band EQ, bass 5, middle 5, treble 5, level 62. Dimension reso type off. Don't need that. Patch level 24. You can experiment with that, but I'll leave it at 24 on this one. And the ZNR is off. I don't like noise reduction. Alright, so there is our mastering effect. Now, I'm going to play this back, and I'm just going to kind of mix it on the fly. This will not be a final mix, but it is like a final mix and master as far as what I play on the, on YouTube. When I really mix the record to get it cut as an album, or make a cassette or whatever to release it, or put it up digitally, do a much more extensive mix where you spend a lot of time and just obsess over it. Right now, I just want to get it in the pocket just so you can see what I've done, so I can see what I've done, and just get a feel for what the song is as far as the completed version. So I'll just kind of be moving around. Trying to, get things sounding right with levels as we go. All right, here we go. Starts with, well, here it goes.
Got no reason to care.
that's it. I thought about doubling the really high-pitched thing, the Banshee wail at the end, but I don't think that's necessary. The only other note that I wanted to bring up or to make, just to potentially help someone with their mix, is that I've got this little moment in the song where I have a little lead break. It's like it's kind of like a rhythm lead kind of guitar break moment, sort of like a solo, but it's minimal. You know, it's not tons of stuff going on. It's just like an interlude or a middle eight type section. It actually is a middle eight, and I'm singing this hallelujah thing going on at the same time. So you got this guitar part, and then you have this vocal part. And I found that a lot of times when both of them are down the center, you get a clash. Like one or both get stepped on. In this case, it was the vocal kind of obscuring the guitar. So it was two parts, because two channels or two tracks, because I had two channels when I recorded it, each thing. So I took each track and just panned it left to 50. Each one is left 50. And then the vocal is right down the center. And suddenly cleans it up. I've done this many times. I did it on the other record. Anytime you have two parts, it's usually a vocal and some kind of extra guitar part. Or, yeah, it's usually a vocal and an extra guitar part that are potentially clashing, like the vocals sounding busy with the guitar, or one of them sort of getting buried because of the other one's presence. Usually it's panning the guitar. But it could be the vocal, like the vocal could be some weird little thing where you're like whispering or saying something off to the right or left. In this case, the guitar sounded better panned, vocal sounded better down the center. Okay, so that one's down in the books, and I'm really excited because it's so much better. I don't even want to play the old version for you, but I mean, you can go back and listen, but this version is so much better. It's like better recorded, better arranged, and this new thing that Mark and I came up with, just changing the song a little bit, really, brought it into focus. But the main thing I'm excited about is the last like 3, 4, 5 songs have the recording standard has risen. So the next song I've got another song that I wrote. So I got 3 songs to record. Got the redo of Try My Life that's going to be so much better, and I can't wait to get that one going. The Exciter tune that I wrote before that, and then this brand new one that I just wrote the other night while I was in here real quick. It's like boom, happened like that. All right, so that one's done, and so I went from not having enough songs to record to having plenty of songs to record, and now it's just got to get to work. There's no other excuse. It's really just work at this point. If I don't get up here and do it, it isn't going to happen. And the only way to get up here and do it is just to get up here and get on it. All right, so that's what I'm going to be doing. See you soon.